Now nothing can be seen. Nothing at all. Just the lightning sand, lovely and lethal. Hold on the lightning sand, then an odd panting sound is heard now. The panting sound is suddenly very loud.
Oh wait, Dave, be the ROUS.
Yes. And then a giant ROUS darts into view. The ROUS, a rodent of unusual size, is probably no more than 80 pounds of bone and power. It sniffs around a bit, then, as quickly as it has come, it goes.
I also have an RUS. Hold on.
All right, we got this. 3 ROUSs. That's exactly what's in the movie.
I don't think they really exist though.
You don't think?
All right, sorry, where were we?
They're capybaras. They're just really angry capybaras.
What?
Capybaras?
Capybaras.
I don't,
Giant
is that
guinea
how you
pigs.
pronounce
Giant
it?
South American guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Look. Charlie,
Perfect.
who's the guy that looks like the cheat?
Looks like the ROUS. All right, sorry, where were we?
Cut to the lightning sand as Wesley, lungs long past the bursting point, explodes out. He has Buttercup across his shoulders, and as he pulls to the edge of the lightning sand pit using the vine, cut to a close-up of Buttercup. Her face is caked with the white powder.
Oh, fun
It
night.
is in her eyes. Someone went a little bit over the top. It is in her eyes, her ears, hair, mouth. She's still probably beautiful, but you have to look awfully hard to see it. As Wesley continues to pull them to safety, cut to the ROUS. High above them, it watches. Cut to Buttercup placed against a tree. Wesley is cleaning the lightning sand from her face. He hesitates, glances around, and cut to the ROUS on a much lower branch now. It stares down at Wesley. Wesley stares back up at the beast. Buttercup is oblivious. Her eyes flutter. He continues to work on her as...
We'll never die here. Well,
Nope,
wait,
try
we'll never
again.
die here.
The other way around.
That'd be good. Yes, that's what I
We'll
was
never die
intending
here.
upon.
We may as well
Perfect.
succeed.
All
We'll
right.
never succeed.
Yeah,
We may as well die
you know
here.
what? I think that's a glass half full attitude. My glass is half full. I chugged 2
I'm
during
just
the
helping her
stream.
character. I'm just, this is her character arc. She starts pessimistic.
Now she's all
Ends
optimistic. It happens.
Yeah.
It's a glass half full of iocane.
No. We have already succeeded.
He glances back again. Now there are 2 ROUSs.
Oh,
They have climbed...
Steven.
Yeah, got it.
Yep. They have climbed into a nearby tree and stare hungrily down.
I was holding mine up earlier when there was only just one. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
It's okay. It's all good.
Cut to Wesley picking her up. He puts an arm around her, starts to walk with her as he encouragingly goes on talking.
I mean, what are the 3 terrors of the fire swamp? 1, the flame spurt. No problem. There's a popping sound preceding each. We can avoid that. 2, the lightning sand. But you were clever enough to discover what that looks like. So in the future, we can avoid that too.
Wesley, what about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
And as he says that, an ROUS comes flying at him from off screen.
Oh!
Cut to Buttercup screaming, and Wesley pinned onto the attacking ROUS, trying to fend it off. Can't. The thing's teeth sink deep into his arm.
No, it's not
He
the
howls.
thing. That's a different 80s film.
He howls.
I howl?
You
Or
howl.
the rat howl.
No,
I howl.
you howl.
Yes, just making certain.
Yep. Makes sense. Wesley drives a fist into the beast's face, rolling it off. He reaches for his sword just a few feet away, but the ROUS is back atop him. It's a fierce battle, and just when we think Wesley can't possibly win, he flips the ugly rodent clear. Wesley scrambles for his sword. The ROUS stampedes on, changing its target, heading right for Buttercup, and she's scared to death, and
Wesley!
Wesley abandons his sword, reaching for the rodent, grabbing only a tail, wrestling with it. Should we leave you two alone?
Oh my.
Buttercup grabs a small branch and, using it as a club, beats the skull of the thing, doing pretty well. But the beast manages to snag her hem with its razor teeth.
Beat its
and
skull
she's
with
pulled
a
to the
branch real
ground.
quick, Liz.
Hmm?
You're supposed to beat its skull with a branch.
Oh, I have a water bottle.
Go for it.
The water sloshing sounds really add to that branch hitting.
It's a very moist branch. I wouldn't use it for a campfire, but
ASMR.
we're not building a campfire, we're killing rats.
Charlie, the knife you're using, is that a pumpkin carver?
Yeah, I bought a corkscrew because I didn't know if I had one earlier for the wine, and I could not find it. So I used the pumpkin carving knife and forced the cork deeper into the wine.
Unfortunately for Buttercup, electric type is super effective against water type. But it is not very effective against grass type, and branch is grass, so it evens out.
True. So Buttercup is pulled to the ground and jumping onto its and cut to Wesley jumping onto its back, and the ROUS is all over him now, sinking needle teeth into Wesley's shoulder. Cut to Wesley with death close at hand as a popping sound starts. He tries one desperate move, rolls into the sound. Cut to a flame spurt shooting skyward, and cut to Wesley with the ROUS pinned under him. And as the beast bursts into flame, it lets go, and Wesley rolls safely free, grabs his sword, and exhaustedly stabs the ROUS, which is trying to put itself out. The ROUS collapses dead. Wesley stands motionless, exhausted. The danger has passed. Frankly, I don't blame it. Cut to Buttercup, relieved. Dissolve to the far edge of the fire swamp,
I
beyond
accidentally just scrolled up.
a beach.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Control F, the far edge. Perfect. We're good.
Okay.
That's my favorite
You
comic strip.
fainted.
Cut to Buttercup and Wesley.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you there yet?
Yes.
Oh, incredible.
How about you?
We did it.
We did it!
We
Damn
did
it.
it!
We did it!
Yay!
We did it!
Hooray, Valastimos! We went across the fire and through the quicksand. We did it!
We
We
did
did
it!
it!
We did it!
Now, was that so terrible?
And from somewhere they summon strength, pick up their pace, and as they reach the edge of the fire swamp, cut to something we hadn't expected. Humperdink on his horse,
That.
What the twist?
Rugen beside him,
Princess, did you
three
expect
warriors
this?
armed and ready. Did you?
Thank you for your service, Pikachu. Sorry I beat you up with a stick.
Thank you for your service, the cheat. I'm glad I beat you up with a pumpkin carving knife.
Buttercup and Wesley are at the edge of the fire swamp, about to leave it. They stop. Buttercup looks beyond exhaustion. Wesley looks worse.
Surrender.
It's dusk. Behind Humperdink are the waters of the bay. Cut to Wesley and Buttercup staring out at the others.
You mean you wish to surrender to me? Very well, I accept.
I give you full marks for bravery. Don't make yourself a fool.
It's really too late for that. Did you see the thing with the cheetah there? But how will you capture us? We know the secrets of the fire swamp. We can live there quite happily for some time. So, whenever you feel like dying, feel free to visit.
I tell you once again, surrender.
It will not happen!
Buttercup looking from one to the other, then something else catches her eye, and we cut to an armed warrior in shadow with a loaded crossbow aimed at Wesley's heart.
Now you look at the warrior, Liz, real quick.
Cut to Buttercup looking the other way. Cut to another warrior, crossbow aimed at Wesley. Just lots of
Lots of crossbows going around.
Crossbows.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
their weapons are really
For the
loaded.
last time. For the last time, surrender.
Death first!
Cut to Buttercup frantically staring around. And now, cut to a third warrior, crossbow stretched, ready to shoot. This one is hidden in a tree, blocking any escape Wesley might try.
Will you promise not to hurt him?
Humperdink whirls to face her.
What was that?
Wesley whirls to face her.
What was that?
If we surrender and I return with you, will you promise not to hurt this man?
May I live 1,000 years and never hunt again.
He's a sailor on the pirate ship Revenge. Revenge.
The revenge.
The Revenge. Promise to return him to his ship.
I swear it will be done.
Buttercup and
Buttercup
Wesley
is
stare
Buttercup is
deep
the only
into
one
each
who
other's eyes.
Buttercup is the only one who made her perception check, and she made her diplomacy check.
Yes, I rolled a 20.
Nat 20s, yo.
Yeah.
Stare deep into each other's eyes for just a little bit, yeah. Cut to Humperdink and Rugen.
Wait, I wasn't done looking in Liz's eyes. If that's
Okay. Well, you can do it while
No,
Humperdink and
you're
Rugen.
still doing
Oh,
this
We can
while
do it
this
the whole time.
Yeah, just keep doing it the whole time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
not
This is the
looking
part-
in Liz's eyes.
This is the part where you don't have your perception check. Because this is the part where you miss that I say, once we're out of sight, take him back to Florida and throw him in the pit of despair.
I swear it will be done.
I see what you did there.
Ah, that's right.
Ah,
It's an ironic echo, you know?
That's what we call a callback.
Well done.
Yes.
to 5 seconds ago.
Cut to Buttercup and Wesley.
I thought you were dead once, and it almost destroyed me. I could not bear it if you died again, not when I could save you.
Wesley is dazed, silent. Buttercup
It's
tries to speak again.
And that dazing has nothing to do with the wine that I had with this.
Buttercup tries to speak again, can't, and is swooped off her feet onto Humperdink's horse, and off they go.
It was only occurring to me that Wesley did, like an hour or two ago, drink an entire glass of wine.
He didn't make his perception check.
Entire glass
He had
of
a
wine.
penalty.
That's why he didn't notice the crossbows.
Yeah.
Oh, he was rolling with
He didn't, like, drink
disadvantage.
the whole bottle.
You
ever get just-
I mean, do you
Or
think
if-
that Vicini was gonna finish the bottle? What? Waste not,
Look.
want not, Frankie.
Look,
I-
Wesley's
or
got a
if it was
tolerance to iocane powder, not to alcohol. Wesley's a lightweight.
Woo!
You ever get
I
just
play
crossbow
Pathfinder
blinding
usually,
drunk?
so instead of rolling with disadvantage, he would just have a penalty, or the DC would be
Did
higher.
you just call it cross? Wait, say the phrase again.
I said, do you ever get just crossbow blinding drunk? Like, just so drunk you just can't see crossbows anymore?
I mean, that's just a
It's
normal
like-
Friday night.
It's like an Ace Attorney 3 where Godot can't see red on white, but you just can't see crossbows.
Yeah, exactly. You're crossbow blind. It happens.
Crossfaded.
We got there.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
That wins.
We got there.
Yeah.
That was not
All right.
us. That was Zephyr.
The chat got there.
Yeah.
So let's
Oh.
cut to Wesley staring after her. Rugen watches as his warriors bring Wesley to him. The Count has a heavy sword, and he holds it in his hand.
Yeah, all right. Come, sir, we must get you to your ship. Sir?
We are men of action. Lies do not become us.
Well spoken, sir. What is it?
You have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone was looking for you.
Okay, so this time he either did make his perception check or he made a sense motive check.
He just got a high roll. The modifier had nothing to do with it.
He just immediately recognized Christopher Guest and that everything of his goes to 11.
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. This is Final Tap, right? Okay.
Count Rugen clubs Wesley hard across the skull. Wesley starts to fall. The screen goes black. Fade in on the pit of despair. Dank and chill. Underground and windowless. Lit by flickering torches. Frightening. Wesley lies in the center of the cage, chained and helpless. Cut to something really frightening. A bloodless-looking albino.
Think
Wow.
the 1980s, everyone!
Dead pale, he silently enters the pit, carrying a tray of food and medication. He puts it down.
Where am I? Dave's the albino, by the way.
The pit of despair. Don't
He
even
begins
think.
tending. Oh,
Don't.
yes.
No, you can do the stage line.
He begins tending Wesley's wounds. Wesley winces.
Don't even think. Don't even think about trying to escape. The chains are far too thick. And don't dream of being rescued either. The only way in is secret. And only the prince, the count, and I know how to get in and out.
Then I'm here till I die?
Till they kill you, yeah.
Then why bother curing me?
The prince and the count always insist on everyone being healthy before they're broken.
So it's to be torture. I can cope with torture. You don't believe me?
You survived the fire swamp. You must be very brave. But nobody withstands the machine.
Is it piloted by a monkey?
A three-headed monkey at that.
No, not at that part of the game. The machine was...
It's got a pulley, too. The machine has a pulley.
He studies
Thank you,
Wesley,
David.
whose face is almost sad. Cut to Buttercup, and her face is sad. Pallid, perhaps ill. She wanders down a corridor in Florin Castle as she moves, unseeing, past an intersecting corridor. Cut to Prince Humperdink and Count Rugen watching her.
She's been like that ever since the
Beam.
fire swamp. She's been like that ever since the fire swamp. It's my father's failing health that's upsetting her.
Of course.
As they move in, cut to Florin Castle night. Camera holds on it while we hear the grandfather's voice reading.
And the king died that very night. And before the following dawn, Buttercup and Humperdink were married.
Cut to main square of Florin Castle. And if we thought it was packed before, we didn't know how many more could fit in this courtyard.
Wow, super
Humperdink.
spreader event.
Totally.
For the plague, that is. For the bubonic plague.
Yes.
Humperdink,
Charlie.
Rugen, and the Queen stand
What's
high
up,
on the
Andrew?
balcony.
You might need to take over for me.
You got it. Thank you for coming along. That was awesome.
Yeah.
No.
Yay.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Anjo.
Thanks, Anjo.
Until the giant.
See y'all around.
The-
Okay.
And at noon,
Grandfather off screen.
she met her subjects again, this time as their queen.
My father's final words were...
Hold it.
Hold
Grandpa.
it! Objection!
Objection, Grandpa.
And the scene freezes. Humperdink caught in mid-sentence.
Oh.
Cut to the kid's room. The kid is half sitting now. Not strong yet, but clearly stronger than when we first saw him.
You read that wrong. She doesn't marry Humperdink. She marries Wesley. I'm sure of it. After all that Wesley did for her, if she does not marry him, it wouldn't be fair.
Well, who says life is fair? Where is that written? Life isn't always fair.
I'm telling you, you're messing up the story. Now get it right.
You want me to go on with this?
Yes.
Alright then, no more interruptions. Alright. At noon, she met her subjects again, this time as their queen.
And on these words, Prince Humperdink.
My father's final words were, love her as I loved her, and there will be joy. I present to you your queen, the Queen Buttercup.
The crowd is gigantic. Cut to the archway we saw before as Buttercup emerges. Cut to the crowd, suddenly going to its knees, wave after wave of silent kneeling people, all of them down.
Let's give him the
Big
chop!
people.
Cut to Buttercup, touched as before, but then she seems stunned. As we cut to the crowd, someone is booing. The booing gets louder as an ancient woman approaches Buttercup through the crowd, booing every step of the way.
Do it, Frankie. You've prepared for this moment your whole life.
Boo! Boo!
Why do you do this?
Because you had love in your hands and you gave it up.
But they would have killed Wesley if I hadn't done it.
Your true love lives and you marry another. True love saved her in the fire swamp and she treated it like garbage. And that's what she is, the Queen of Refuse. So bow down to her if you want. Bow down to her. Bow to the Queen of Slime, the Queen of Filth, the Queen of Putrescence. Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo!
I wouldn't mind having any of those as my actual title.
They make a great
Advances on
business
Buttercup
card.
now. Whoa, I keep freezing.
Hey, what's wrong with Pearl.Point has kind of lived its usefulness as a username. What about the Queen of Putrescence?
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe the Queen of Filth, but then people might get the wrong idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Or the
Putrescence.
right idea.
Or the right idea.
I mean, you know, what else would it be? It's definitely the right idea.
She advances on Buttercup now, who is more and more panicked. Close up of the ancient Bua. What? We didn't get close enough before. Louder and louder, she shrieks vituperation at Buttercup, reaching out her old hands towards Buttercup's throat. And Buttercup is as frightened now as Dorothy was when the witch went after her in The Wizard of Oz.
Great movie.
And suddenly, cut to Buttercup coming out of her nightmare, alone in her castle bedroom, as she frantically grabs a robe and starts to run.
It was 10 days till the wedding. The king still lived, but Buttercup's nightmares were growing steadily worse.
Trash Queen! Thank you, Steven.
Queen.
I want to be called.
I will call you that then.
Thank you. Thank you.
So anyway,
The key.
Steven.
Hello?
Oh,
Steve.
see? Didn't I tell you she'd never marry that rotten Humperdink?
yes, you're very smart. Now shut up.
Oh, Zephyr in the chat, Liz, says you're the trash queen in our hearts.
Yay! Thank you, Zephyr.
Aw.
Aww.
That's night of my
Aw.
life.
Cut to Buttercup bursting into the prince's chambers. Count Rugen stands nearby.
It comes to this. I love Wesley. I always have. I know now I always will. If you tell me I must marry you in 10 days, please believe I will be dead by morning.
You could just read, Dave.
I could never cause you grief. Consider our wedding off. You returned this Wesley to his ship.
Yes.
Why I did that? Yup.
That was
There
I'm
you
go,
imagining,
Steven.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining
No.
just a Frank Nelson. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just ends as a question. Yeah.
I
Then we
sure
will
did.
simply alert him. Then we will simply alert him. Wink. Beloved, are you certain he still wants you? After all, it was you who did the leaving in the fire swamp. Not to mention that pirates are not known to be men of their words.
My Wesley will always come for me.
But I let her come first.
As a true
That's
gentleman
just
pirate.
gentlemanly. Because when you're a gentleman pirate.
I might as well be wearing a suit. I am dying in here.
I suggest a deal. You write 4 copies of a letter. I'll send by 4 fastest ships, 1 in each direction. The Dread Pirate Roberts is always close to Florin this time of year. We'll run up the white flag and deliver your message.
Well,
if Wesley wants you,
it is
bless you
lovely
both.
this time of year in my defense.
If Wesley wants you, bless you both.
And I've never
If
been
not-
to Florin in the fall. We are the pirates who don't do anything. We just stay home and lie around.
Unfortunately,
If
I
not-
have been to Boston in the fall, so no, I can no longer say that.
I've only ever been to Boston once, and it was on Thanksgiving.
Oh
No.
Say, I don't suppose anyone in the chat is working on a VeggieTales podcast.
Listen, if you get to the episode with the pirates who don't do anything, and you don't have me guessed, I will find you.
They will send their 4 fastest ships.
I will send my 4 fastest ships. All right, let's keep going.
If Wesley wants you, bless you both. If not, please consider me as an alternative to suicide. Are we agreed?
Low bar.
Those are
Yeah, I
actually
would
my wedding vows.
rank about Humperdink here and suicide.
Humperdink,
there.
suicide. It's a day-by-day thing.
Cut to a very thick grove of trees. The trees are unusual in one respect. All of them are extraordinarily heavily knotted. Pull back to reveal Humperdink.
Okay,
and
that one
Rugen.
we
I'm just
can't-
gonna
that
keep
one we-
blasting past that one. I'm just not gonna even.
Yeah, just keep
I
it
would
going.
like to
Let's go,
reveal-
guys.
I was just gonna say
Humperdink-
that one we genuinely can't blame them for.
Pull back to reveal Humperdink and Rugen walking into the grove of trees.
Your princess is really a winning creature. A trifle simple, perhaps, but her appeal is undeniable.
Oh, I know. The people are quite taken with her. It's odd, but when I hired Vizzini to have her murdered on her engagement day, I thought that was clever. But it's going to be so much more moving when I strangle her on our wedding night. Once Gilder is blamed, the nation will be truly outraged. They'll demand we go to war.
So, like, Rugen and Humperdink are buggering each other, right?
Oh, for sure.
Most
Clearly,
certainly.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're all clear
That's
on
how
that.
I'm playing it, so...
Let,
Yeah,
All
let
right,
me
cool.
tell
and,
you.
and Fezzik
Let me
and
tell
Inigo.
Oh well, that's not subtext.
Yeah.
Let me tell
Again.
you.
Text.
That 6th finger works wonders.
So, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'll behave.
Wow.
They are deeper into the grove now. Rugen is searching around.
Now, where is that secret knot? It's impossible to find. Okay.
Oh, finding the knot on the tree, he hits it and it opens, revealing a staircase leading underground.
Are you coming down into the pit? Wesley's got his strength back. I'm starting him on the machine tonight. You want to maybe
Tyrone,
make a thing out of it?
Hey, you doing anything later?
Tyrone, you know how much I love watching you work. But I've got my country's 500th anniversary to plan, my wedding to arrange, my wife to murder, and Gilda to frame for it. I'm swamped.
Adversity when this imperialist misogynist is gay.
Get some rest. If you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything.
Rugen smiles and hurries down the stairs as the tree slides back perfectly into place. Cut to an enormous thing. We can't
Oh.
quite tell what it is or what it does, but somehow it is unsettling. Pull back to reveal.
Your problem, set designer.
You can figure it
Hey,
out.
I wonder why this film was considered unfilmable. Why this screenplay was considered unfilmable for 10 entire years.
And
I
an
idea.
wonder why.
Pull back to reveal Count Rugen dragging Wesley up alongside the thing. Levers and wheels and wires, you name it, it's there.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Levers and wheels and wires. Oh my.
What about some wood? We gotta have some wood on it too, right?
Oh, there's
Stop
wood.
that. Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I can't tell if some of these are actually accidentally dirty or if we've just been primed by half the stuff going on.
Oh,
Well, the
what?
script is
Oh,
like
okay.
40 years old, so...
The albino starts attaching suction cups to Wesley.
It took me half a lifetime to invent it. I'm sure you've discovered my deep and abiding interest in pain. At present, I'm writing the definitive work on the subject. So, I want you to be totally honest with me on how the machine makes you feel.
Does it go up to 11?
Rugen is polyam with Humperdink and the machine.